Today I'll show you very quickly how I created this card and how you can find inspiration to create cards sometimes in the most unexpected places. On my last video, I created 3 Easter cards, and here's the one I'm going to be referencing. To create this card, this oval card, I had to die cut several branches and leaves and layer them to create this oval wreath. Here's a piece of cardstock that I used to die cut a bunch of those branches. And at the end, I thought that it looked very good and I could use it as a background. And that's where I did. So sometimes you could use the what you have left over from your die cuts to create a second card. That's my idea for you for today. I am using a second background panel in a darker green to put behind the one with the die cuts, so we get a bit of contrast, and I'm gonna spray it with gold glitter. Here's the spray I'm gonna be using. I have this box, it's a shoe box that I just disassembled, and I keep it flat in my cupboard beside just below my desk, and every time I need to spray something, I use it as a splatter box, and then I fold it again, and it takes less space to keep it in there that way. I'm using the heat gun just to dry it a little bit. I don't know if it's because I used it on this silicone mat, but it actually didn't warp at all. That was a first for me. And I'm going to glue it to this card base that I've done ahead of time. Because I did everything mostly ahead of time, this card took me just like 30-40 minutes to do from beginning to end, and I did speed it up quite a bit here. But you know that you can always slow it down when you watch it on YouTube. Uh, if you do that, I suggest that maybe you want to remove the audio because it will sound horrible, but you can always slow it down and watch it with more detail. Here I'm just adding liquid glue. This one is clear, so you can't see very well on your screen. And I did add it to the main bigger pieces in between those branches, but not really to all the details. So later I'm gonna come back with more glue and lift some of those spaces in between and add glue underneath them, because I felt like I was trying to press it down with my bone folder, and the bone folder was lifting some sections. So you might want to consider putting adhesive. If this was planned, I would have put adhesive all over this piece, and then my leaves would have the adhesive on the back, and then the background would also have it. But I don't know why, I don't know if this is only me, but the thought of using adhesive sheets always come afterwards. It's always an afterthought. I never plan it ahead, so it's never what it should be for me. It's very rare that I actually plan to use it. So here I'm just lifting some of those bits, adding a dot of glue, and using the clear acrylic block to press it down while it dries. And then I had already prepared my sentiment ahead of time as well. I used gold mirror cardstock, and the sentiment is from Simon Says Stamp. I die cut it twice from white cardstock and once from the gold mirror, and I layered them off camera. So when I show it here to you, you will see that it's already all assembled. I tried it portrait orientation to see if I liked it. I really didn't like it much. I thought it worked better in landscape. And then I also felt that it got lost. So I did use the backing, the shadow backing, that I cut from vellum. And I am just going to use some glue once again to assemble it all together. Once again, I kept those. What I've been doing is I have this small tray for beads and jewels, and I'm keeping it on my desk, on top of my desk, which I've never done before. And this is a silly silly tip, but it's been quite useful to me. So I would advise you guys that if you do have one of those trays, keep it in front of you at all times while you craft, because now every time I cut a word and I have the dots of the eyes, the letter I separate, I can keep them in the tray straight away. That way I'm not losing them. Because if I do leave them anywhere else on my desk, I will end up losing them eventually. But because I'm leaving them straight in this plastic tray that you can see here, I haven't lost any in my past maybe 5, 6 cards. So it's a very silly tip. It's very simple, but it works. I can't recommend it enough, guys. So here I'm just layering those tittles, and I'm gonna glue this whole sentiment down on my panel. Now I have these embellishments. I bought them a while ago at the Works, and they are like resin roses. They have some dimension, but not too much. And I really like the way they look. And I chose them to kind of fill in the spaces in between my branches. And I thought that they work very well for this card because you have the leaves, they're the negative spaces, you have the dimensional flowers, and then I also added some pearls here and there in the smaller spaces. The bigger ones, the flowers, they have two different sizes. I kind of wish there were three. The only thing that I don't like about these, like I really don't trust the adhesive that comes with them, so I am adding my own glue. And also they are stuck together in a line on a string, so you do have to cut and trim down the adhesive in between them if you want to use them separately, which is how I mostly use them. I don't like embellishment that doesn't come with separate adhesive. I like it when you can use them individually. And this is mostly it, guys. Please remember to like and subscribe if you want to see more. My next video will have cards with rainbows, and I am very proud of them. You might want to watch that one when it comes out. Have a nice day. Bye.